Good morning, everyone. I would request all of you to please take your seats. Once again, a good morning and a warm welcome to you all. I, Nupur Mehta, am delighted to take you through the 11th University Day proceedings for the year 2013 and 14. We are here to celebrate the 11th University Day with the theme Trends in International Higher Education. For the occasion, we have amongst us today our chief guest, His Holiness Swami Smatmanandji, Vice Chancellor SVKM NMIMS Dr. Rajan Saxena, Pro Vice Chancellor Dr. M.N. Welling, Joint President SVKM Shri Bhupesh Bhai Patel, he's on his way, and Ms. Varsha Parab. We would begin the proceedings with the NMIMS anthem followed by the lighting of the lamp. I would request everyone to stand up for the NMIMS anthem and remain standing till the lighting of the lamp. I would request all of you to remain standing and request Dr. Rajan Saxena along with the other dignitaries on the dais to accompany the chief guest to light the lamp.
Ya kundendu tusharahara dhavala ya shubhravastranvita ya veedam varadandamanditakara ya
Request all of you to kindly take your seats. I would now like to request Dr. Rajan Saxena, Honorable Vice Chancellor, to welcome our chief guest, Swami Swatmananda, with a bouquet and memento. Thank you, sir. May I now request Dr. Rajan Saxena to deliver the welcome address.
Swami Swatmananji, Acharya from Chinmayanand Mission, our Pro Vice Chancellor, Dr. M.N. Welling, Registrar Mrs. Parab, my colleague deans, faculty members, invited guests, trustees, the Honorary Joint Secretary right now who would be going away from here, Dr. Gandhi, students, members of the press, and all other staff members and invited guests. Well, let me welcome in our midst this morning His Holiness Swami Swatmananji. Perhaps many of you would think that how come on the university day we have a spiritual leader who would be talking to us this morning. And why is it that we haven't been able to get somebody from the corporate world, which is what generally we have been trying to get, or we have always got, or a political leader or a policy maker? Well, friends, let me mention that for a couple of years, I have generally been feeling, and I have often talked about it, that there is a need today to create a more balance in the way we all live, the way we all think, the way we all work. And therefore, it is important that we are able to get somebody who's recognized for a whole lot of intellect, at the same time is recognized as a youth icon, as a youth spiritual icon. And which is where we decided that we're going to have Swami Swatmananji from Chinmaya Ashram. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in welcoming Swamiji in our midst. It's a great moment today because this is the 11th year when we became a university. What started as a business school in 1981 is today a full-fledged university, with the business school continuing to play a significant role in the evolution of the university, along with other schools, along with the other 8 schools, who are today shaping up the entire definition and the character of this university. Today we are having, which includes the business school, 9 schools, and about 10,000 students, and over 1,000 staff members. 2003, when we became a university, the issue was very clearly before us as to what is it that we are going to be doing once we get the university status. It's a question that I raised a couple of years back when I came back to NMIMS in 2007. And I asked this kind of a question to our Honorable Chancellor, who said that, well, it should provide us an opportunity to be innovative in our approach to whatever we do, whether it is our programs, it is the research, it is our systems, it is our processes, It is the way we develop our students and the faculty. Because at the end of the day, what is important and what is really going to make a difference is the kind of innovation that we put into place in everything that we do in the system itself, and not really just follow what has been defined. And if we are able to look at it from that kind of a perspective, I think in the last 11 years, we have done significantly, and we have moved significantly ahead. Several innovations have happened in this university, whether it is in terms of the programs like our MBA Tech program, which was the first ever program which integrated engineering education with the management education, or it was a Pharma Tech program in our School of Pharmacy, which integrated the pharmacy, the technology, or for that matter, let us say, the management know-how. Or it was subsequently our School of Architecture, which really talked about it more in terms of the design, or our School of Commerce, which innovated significantly in the area of the BBA program, or our School of Economics, which not only that the program design is innovative, but even the entire pedagogy is innovative. It is far more experiential, and I must say, it defines a new paradigm. It creates a new paradigm in teaching economics at the undergraduate level. Or our School of Science, which is working towards the stem cell, or working in the area of stem cell research. So when I look around our school today, and our campuses, I find sparks of innovation. I find significant innovations happening around in our programs, in the way we look at research, in the way we look at our faculty development or the staff development, etc. Our philosophy, therefore, is that we want to promote multidisciplinary research, or an approach to education through innovative programs and research. We want to encourage and develop skills of discovery, investigation and analysis, influence the technological and management research agenda, educate with a view to impact global developments, and also create a cadre of employable graduates. Ladies and gentlemen, I think when we talk about impacting global development, I think this is where we also need to consider one more aspect. Besides talking about intellectual development, the other part of it is also the spiritual development, because the world is looking towards India as to what would be the contribution that India is going to be making in the 21st century. And I think one of the biggest kind of a contribution that we can make to the world is how do we develop the spiritual dimensions or the spiritual aspect of the society itself. Contribute to the societal development through our outreach programs and research. The VCare program, for example, is one of them at the business school. Develop responsible citizens through active community engagement and non-classroom interventions. Ladies and gentlemen, that's the philosophy that guides the university in our day-to-day operations. What are the values that we wish to profound and that we talk about today, and of which we should all be feeling proud of? Excellence in teaching, research, outreach program, and administration. Respect for the individual. Respecting and promoting diversity. Transparency in everything that we do. Integrity and ethical behavior. Provider of equal opportunity, and also promoting the social equity. As we look at around, I think over the last 11 years, we have tried to put almost everything together, and whatever we are doing today is guided by this kind of a philosophy and a value statement itself. There are times when there is a conflict of value, but I think at this point of time, what really gets us in is the preponderance of the fact that the SVKM, our parent trust, believes that what will hold us important and what will make a difference to all of us is the value system, which has guided the great institution, the Shri Vilepale Kelvani Mandal, for almost about 80 years itself. A public charitable trust which has been in the business of education. And a trust where nobody, no single individual really commands or controls the trust itself. So it's a public trust. Now, that's something which has really made a big difference. What is it that we should be doing in the next 5 years? 5 years is a very important part, and I think 2009, when I took over as the Vice Chancellor, exactly today, almost 5 years back, I took over as the Vice Chancellor. And clearly, when I look at it, I find that we have made several moves forward. But what is it that we should be doing in the next 5 years? What is it that NMIMS should be doing in the next 5 years? I think it is important that NMIMS should continue to grow, both organically and inorganically, so as to emerge as a leading university in the Southeast Asia, and particularly in South Asia, in the next 5 years. What does it mean? That not only that our programs should expand, our schools should expand, but also we have to look at some of the new initiatives, some of the new programs, some of the new schools, and also we have to look at some of the new initiatives. One such is the School of Vocational Studies that we are going to be setting up with effect from 2014 or 15 itself. Now that's what is really going to make a lot of difference, because at the end of the day, what this country needs is a lot of skills, and we need to skill the people at the grassroots level itself. Well, what have been the major initiatives in the last 5 years? And I think it's a great balance sheet over here that talks about, first is in terms of moving away from a paper pencil computer test, admission test, to a computer-based test, giving us a phenomenal amount of providing a phenomenal amount of transparency in our admission testing processes, giving a tremendous amount of credibility to our testing processes itself and admission process. We have grown significantly over there from about 30,000 students in writing the admission test somewhere in 2009 to about 63,000 who have written this year for getting an admission in 2014-16 for just 500 or 600 seats at Mumbai and another about 180 in Bangalore and Hyderabad in the discipline of management. The same holds good when we talk about in the area of BBA or in economics or in other schools itself. We have gone about corporatizing our alumni association, which is one big kind of a move forward, so that there is going to be a greater degree of institutionalization of alumni activities. We have taken a significant step towards the creation of social equity. And today you are going to see one such kind of a tangible outcome led by the director of the Jasani Center of Sustainability Management and Social Enterprise, Dr. Meena Galiara. You're going to see something very, very significant kind of an outcome over here, which is going to be presented to all of you. Rationalization of the programs was the next big thing that we did. We created also new programs. New schools were created. Multidisciplinary programs have been created in the last 5 years. We have created multiple centers of excellence, like as I said, Jasani Center, or for that matter, let us say the Center for Family Business and Entrepreneurship, or our Bosch Center for Industrial Automation. These are some of the very, very interesting kind of centers of excellence that we have put together for the purposes of research and training and education. We've got, like as I said, Accenture Lab at MPSTME, or Bosch Industrial Automation Lab at MPSTME Mumbai and Shirpur. Blackboard is one major initiative of which our Chancellor is extremely proud of and extremely passionate about. What started in 2007, and I still remember when I came back, when he called me back, and he said that he wants me back in NMIMS. And he talked to me about the Blackboard, and he said, look, it isn't taking off the way that it should be. And I was quite surprised because I had that kind of an experience of working through the Blackboard. Well, what started with just about 2,000 licenses or so in 2007, this has been upgraded to almost now 50,000 licenses in 2012. Now that is a very, very significant, and today we have a very large number of users within the university, and this is not just merely for the university. I mean, 50,000 is not just merely for the university, but it also includes some of the other institutions of SVKM, which also includes the schools and our colleges of the Mumbai University itself. We have invested significantly in faculty development, and we will continue to do so, like our nomination to the Harvard Business School and other leading institutions, including that of Bosch. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and particularly our student friends and faculty colleagues, we have a very important role today in the university. The role to develop the student, the role to develop the youth, which is going to determine the future of India. The strength of India today is in its demography, the young population that it has. But what is very, very significant, is, at this point of time, is to do much more than just merely developing their intellect. And therefore, we have to take steps towards developing their emotional quotient and at the same time, their spiritual quotient. It is time that we should reflect on what is it that we can do in this kind of a nation building and society development. And what a better way to do it than to do it along with Swami Swatmanandji, who, as I said, is an acknowledged youth leader, a corporate speaker, and a trainer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is also a moment today to celebrate and recognize some of our outstanding staff members who have done some wonderful work in the last 1 year, as also many of our staff members who have continued to be with us for the last 25 years, and because of whom this institution is what it is. Because at the end of the day, it is the people who make the difference to the institution itself. As I conclude, let me also take this opportunity of welcoming our joint president, Shri Bhupesh Bhai Patel, in our midst, who just joined in. He had a little bit of a medical emergency which got him in there, which got him delayed. Welcome, sir, in our midst. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. And once again, congratulations and greetings on the University Day and a hearty welcome to Swami Swatmanandji.
Thank you so much, sir. His Holiness Swami Swatmanandji is one of the most dynamic young leaders of Chinmaya Mission. He was inspired by Gurudev early in his life and was himself an active Chinmaya Yuva Kendra member at Chennai. Thus, completely focused about his goal in life, he joined the Vedanta training course at Sadinpani Sadhanalaya Pavai in the year 1998. On completion of 2 years of rigorous training under the tutelage of Swami Chidananda and guidance of Swami Tejomayananda, he received the Brahmachari Diksha in the year 2000 as Brahmachari Satvik Chaitanya. He is the resident Acharya of Chinmaya Mission. He conducts spiritual discourses, camps, management workshops, treks, etc. for all age groups. He also holds discussion groups on Bhagavad Gita, the Upanishads, and other texts. Shri Kumar Mangalam Birla, chairman of Aditya Birla Group, and Shri Ajay Piramal, chairman of Nicholas Piramal Group, are part of the weekly discussion groups conducted by him on the study and application of Bhagavad Gita. He has addressed many seminars on Indian approach to management and also uses meditation sessions, movie workshops, and outdoor experiential learning through adventurous treks, rafting, etc. effectively. He has been an inspiration to Chinmaya Yuva Kendra, the youth wing of Chinmaya Mission, and also the director of All India Chinmaya Yuva Kendra Council West Zone, which coordinates the youth activities of over 75 centers in India. Swami Swatmananda wins everyone over with his soft-spoken and friendly ways. He is tech-savvy and abreast with the current affairs, is a good cricketer and loves the outdoors. He is very knowledgeable and focused on the spiritual path. He obtained his sannyas Diksha from Pujya Guruji Swami Tejomayananda on Mahashivratri at Mumbai. Sir, may I please request you to address the House.
Respected Shri Rajanji, Velingji, Bhupesh Bhai, Varshaji, our very dear trustee Pratap Bhai and Mukul Bhai, all the faculty members, deans, students, and all the invited guests, Hari Om and a very good morning and salutations to all of you. At the outset, I congratulate the whole team led by Rajanji for the wonderful performances over so many years in reaching out knowledge to countless number of youth. And on this special day where you are celebrating the 11th University Day, it was very nice to know about the various innovations and different methods that are being adopted here to provide more and more service to the youngsters. My topic given to me is spiritually inspired management, that I've chosen that topic here, and based on the literature that I have seen about NMIMS, I thought it would be a very ideal topic. And also because Rajanji spoke about holistic growth and the need to develop spiritually along with the intellectual quotient and the emotional quotient. So once Swami Chinmayananji was invited to a college, and the college was on strike. There were lots of youngsters who were not attending the classes. And the principal had invited Swamiji to speak to the youngsters. Somehow he had got a few youngsters to sit in the class. And as usual, youngsters are bubbling with energy, enthusiasm, and you can feel that energy when you go there. When I entered, I felt so much of energy was there. Even now it is there in the youth and in everyone present here. So Swamiji went there, and the principal introduced Swamiji, and the principal said, Swamiji, please address the gathering. And the principal thought that Swamiji would tell them that